Hi there and welcome here to our Distillique distillery visits. So today we are at Stillman Distillery here in Somondiem, just outside Franschhoek or between Franschhoek and Paarl. And we're going to see what they do here at this unique craft distillery making gin and rum.
So my name's Craig Hunter. I had this epiphany to open a distillery about 5 or 6 years ago. Was always keen to get out of Johannesburg and do something a little bit more creative and something a little bit more interesting and start again, per se. So yeah, we've ended up down here in the winelands. Great area to live, great area to have a business. Perfectly suited for the trade because the Western Cape has typically got a lot to do with alcohol trade in general. So yeah, this is our second start in life basically. Okay, so years ago I was down with family in Natal in the sugar fields, and I always had this idea of buying an old defunct sugarcane farm and creating the same sort of principle as a wine farm, having a single estate rum farm. So where all good things started playing around in the garage, making rum, developing the concept, getting my head around it. The one part that didn't work out exactly was getting the sugarcane farm in Natal, but that didn't stop us anyway, so we ended up in the Western Cape instead. Still making rum, making a number of other things, so we kind of expanded on the idea, and now we sort of make our own line and a number of other people's brands. Yeah, so the main hiccup in starting a distillery is obviously the licensing. It's a long, tedious process. You know, lots of twists and turns. But the one thing we found is Western Cape government is very, very set up for this. They've obviously got way more experience than the other provinces. So while it was tough, a lot of really helpful people along the way. So that being the biggest one. It's a complex thing to achieve. It's got, you know, you need a building before you can apply for the application. So there's all this trying to balance paying rentals, setup, while going through the licensing thing. But and then obviously we got sprung a few things along the way, like COVID and alcohol bans and stuff. But we determined not to be one of the COVID victims. All right, so we've got our core range of products, starting from our sort of major flagship, which is a 4-year-old barrel-aged rum. This we wanted to keep completely local, so it's hand-blown glass bottle, local produce, no plastic involved in it, so it was meant to be this really showcase piece for our entire range. Comes in a wooden box. It's a bit pricey, but it's really unique and it's a once-off kind of product. Then we go into our gins. We've got, again, we wanted to do something completely different, so we've got a a truffle gin, a black truffle gin called Graphite, and then being in the winelands, we wanted to have something that represents the area, and we do a Shiraz gin. We basically use Shiraz grape after the winemaking process, which puts a huge amount of flavor. It colors the gin. Really interesting sort of crossover between the wine world and the spirit world. Then one of our sort of little interesting projects that started with a local farmer who grows limes and has a lot of surplus lime, walked into the distillery with this bag of limes and said, "Can you make gin with this?" And we thought, citrus gin's been done 1,000 times. Is there something else we can do with it? So we thought limoncello, but with lime. So it's called limoncello. We have the trademark in the name, become massively popular. It's the sort of ultimate little summer drink. A little bit misunderstood still. People don't really know what it is, but growing in popularity locally and slowly but surely spreading its wings. So that's one to look out for sure. So for us it was always a case of, if we're going to claim the craft thing and we're going to essentially charge more money because it's handmade, it better be handmade. So the thing that stands out is people can come here during production season. We might be doing persimmons or fruit or something. You will be able to see everything that we do. It's an open door. You can come here 7 days a week and experience the entire process of manufacturing the product, taste the product, purchase the product, and it doesn't help that it doesn't hurt that we are in one of the most beautiful parts of South Africa too. Yeah, so the local economy here is obviously two-part. Tourism being a massive part of it, and then the farming and manufacturing side being the other large side of it. And we fit neatly in both niches in this here. So we have everything from our trainee bar staff, tasting staff that do the tasting stuff, learning a new genre. A lot of them come from the wine industry, and this is an extension of their knowledge base. We have manufacturing staff, obviously, again, a lot of experience out of the wine industry, bottling, labeling, packing, that kind of stuff. It's easily transferable from that. The wine industry has taken a bit of a hit over the years, so we feel like we pick up a little bit of that. Where it's dipped off, we can sort of pick that up. That's a bit of retraining, and it's a new genre for people to get involved in. The other part of our manufacturing here is that we try and work largely with locally manufactured, or locally produced at least, stuff. So it's not entirely 100% a perfect science, but things like our truffle gin, it's little known that Perigord truffles are grown in South Africa, and a lot in this area, slightly higher in cooler areas, incorporating the grapes, so it's kind of giving an additional interest to the wine industry. The limes, locally grown. We, in our bar for cocktails, all the produce is here. And we find a lot of people who've come out for wine tasting. It's typically what most people are here for, are sort of very grateful that there's something else to do. It's sort of an extension of something that's well known in the area, and it fits very neatly into that extension. Okay, for us, the craft is 100% the fact that it's handmade, that there's no computer, there's nothing running this other than the sort of sweat on our brow, or sweat equity as we like to say. And the fact you walk in here to taste our gin or our rums, you can literally see the process happening in front of you. So our machines are largely South African made. All our machinery, as far as we can possibly do it, we get it locally made. It's done by hand. There's no labeling machines here. Everything is done 100% by hand. So it is exactly the definition in my mind of what craft is. Yeah, so it's been a crazy time, obviously. 2020's thrown a spanner in the works for everyone around the world. So the only thing that we see is that it's perhaps just a delayed success, but we feel that we want to place our South African brands and be a South African brand representative around the world eventually, and we have got a lot of interest from around the world, and slowly but surely our products are going out there, gaining reputation, and I think that's a major feather in the cap for South Africa, so that we can make world-class products right here and export them around the world, and they are of the utmost quality, and it would be a feather in our cap and a sort of success for everyone if there was more of that. So if you're looking for our products, the main source of our products at the moment is online, stillman.co.za. We've got an online shop. You can buy our full range of products there, shipped to your door. We even do mixes if it's needed. You can come and buy directly, cellar door, here at the distillery. That way you also get to taste all the products before you purchase, knowing exactly what you like. And then there are select bottle stores countrywide, Johannesburg, Cape Town specifically, where you can find our products on the shelf. We've been operating now for 2 years, and we've been very honored to receive a couple of awards. We've got a Michelangelo. We have some label design awards. We've been nominated for the New York Spirit Awards. Yeah, and it's again a little feather in our cap, just giving us some reassurance that we are heading in the right direction. We're doing the right thing. You know, it's been a rocky road, but these are the things that sort of keep us going and make us know that it's worth keeping on going.